This relief, made from plaster and mirror painting behind glass on wood, is one of a group of mirror reliefs based on geometric forms made by Monir in 1976, and it was part of a pivotal moment in Monir's practice where she moved to geometry as the primary compositional form in her work. It's interesting for a number of reasons. The scale of the work, the largely plaster background, which is a light-absorbing background, with these interlaced circles that form a relief, and then placed on top of that we have the geometric free-floating form that is made on a wood base, but with mirror work and painting behind glass. The color of the work comes from the painting behind glass, the two techniques I spoke about earlier, which relate to traditional Iranian decorative forms. I think that the actual structure relates in some ways to the work of Frank Stella. Frank Stella has been a lifelong friend of Monir's. They met in the early 1970s, not in Iran, but in New York, when Monir made a visit to his studio, in the hope of persuading him to lend some of his work to an exhibition of American artists' work in Tehran for a school for underprivileged children. And Monir's idea was that these children could see some of the great artworks from around the world of their time. But at this time when she met Frank, he had been making what are known as his protractor paintings, which themselves were inspired by a visit he made to Tehran in the 1960s. And those protractor paintings are huge monumental paintings made, as the title suggests, based on the arcs and the circles formed by using the movement of a protractor in different colors. And they're based on the plans, often the circular plans, of ancient Persian cities. Frank Stella had traveled through Iran and did many travels by plane, where he was able to see the foundations of many of these ancient sites in different parts of Iran, and to see their circular basis. So although Monir has not declared this, I think to me it's very clear that she was looking at the work of artists such as Frank, but then she was looking to interpret what they were doing in a way that was wholly her own.